ask you, because I'm upset about this. It's okay. So he is the victim of the crime. He comes down and she is screaming at me that I can't do what I'm doing. And of course I can do all the things that I'm doing. And so she's the suspect in the domestic, and she's hindering me at my investigation. Then I give her commands not to call anybody and not to use her phone, and she doesn't listen to that and uses her phone and calls for more people to come to the scene, which makes it would you arrest? Just
Yeah.
without all the other shit that's happening. Would you arrest
Oh,
her?
without the DV?
No, without all the
Oh.
fucking shit that the people do to us.
I'd arrest.
Right. So would I.
So
But
the base
in
that
this
she's-
climate, with all the people that are doing this stuff to us and interfering with police actions, so I was going to write him a non-traffic citation for interference and write her a non-traffic citation for interference. But if I'm going to do that, I should be taking her to jail.
Is there a child in the house?
No, her child is Isaiah Camacho's baby, and Isaiah Camacho's child lives down there at 509
Okay.
Hanlon. So fuck this, I'm just ready to work.
Well, we got a he said, she said. We don't have wounds on either of
Yeah.
them.
And then we'll just go interview her and then look at the camera. And
Yeah.
then we can write a criminal complaint later if I
Yeah.
calm down. I know you're a man of your word here, okay? So this is the scenario, right? You shouldn't have changed your clothes, first of all. You have to listen to what the police say. I want you to listen as a young woman, and he will talk to you about this as well. So he explained to me, he's not cheating on you, okay? You are a good thing for him, right? Let me tell you, I've met him before. You are a good thing for him, right? And it's okay to be upset and have stuff like that. I'm sure Isaiah fucked you over in the past. This gentleman's not going to fuck you over, okay? He's a good kid, right? He's done some things in the past and got away from them. Were there more people upstairs or just the dogs? So, we get a call, 911, domestic in progress, woman chasing man with a shovel. No, it wasn't the shovel, it was that little tiny right there, right? Okay. I figured that out as I got here. But while I'm looking on the ground and doing all that, you were doing all the things that you're doing and making the situation not good. Then when I told you, don't call anybody on your phone, the trouble with calling people on the phone is then I'm thinking, why does this young woman need more people to come here to protect her from the police? You don't need that. The police, I came blistering over here to save whoever this was. Then he lied for you. He said, he knew that he could be arrested for that. He got put in handcuffs for lying because this is not the first time I've ever been to a domestic. This is not the first time that by listening and watching everything you do, closing the door so that not that this happened, but the dead guy with the gash in his head from the shovel is bleeding out. Not that you're going to do this again, but I want you to understand what the whole situation is, right? It's not as bad as what we thought it was, because a third person called 911 and we hear someone chasing someone with a shovel, this, that, and the other. I just arrested somebody for running somebody over the car and then trying to kill him with a shovel. Same thing. So I go as fast as I can to get over here for that, right? So I get here and they tell us, 911 tells us, this house, the the person that saw this saw them run into this house. They name you by name and name him by name. And so we come over here, and I've met you before, but not really, but I know Chris. And then Chris says, no, it's them. So I say, fuck, I've got him in handcuffs and maybe somebody bleeding down the road because he just told me that you guys were outside watching someone else do this. You're lying because it's the heat of the moment, heat of the passion, and you don't want each one of them to get in trouble. He doesn't, because you should go to jail, but he doesn't believe that you hurt him, and he explained to me the reason why he thought that you were upset at him, okay? And I can understand that, but all the other stuff then makes me believe that something else is happening. I tell you, do not, you've seen a movie before with the police, right? You've seen every video that Hara Medina has got from my camera and watched it. Have you ever seen me hurt, beat, kill, or throw anybody on the ground? No. So what would you make you think that you needed to call Hara Medina to come down here when you're having a domestic with your boyfriend? He's 28 and you're 22. You're both adults. You've had a child. You live in a house. You're adults, right? You don't need other adults. You don't need to be protected from the police. The whole freaking job of the police is to protect you and to protect him. And I am going above and beyond to protect your rights and his rights today. Because everything that you did when I got here, by pulling away from me, not listening to what I said, and then I said, don't call him back on the phone, that leads me to believe that Popeye's going to come here again with a gun. TJ Lopez is going to come over here and try to beat me up again, or beat me up. Popeye wants to kill me or beat me up. All that shit you saw in that video, I was fearful of my life because he wants to hurt me. He's told me he wants to hurt me. And I'm a cop, protecting people in this town, this little ass town.
I've known Popeye my whole life.
Yeah.
So don't tell me, stop. I've known Popeye my whole life, so I'm on his side of everything.
You understand that, okay. So everyone gets the right and legal part of the law. I have emotion right now because I'm mad that you lied to me when it could have been figured out much easier. When we go to domestic and someone closed the door behind us, first indicator that the domestic's happening, and then you, the first thing said, my house is dirty. Oh, well, shit, you have kids. You're 22 years old. You're 22 years old, you know. Every 22-year-old's parents' house is messy. It's embarrassing, but it's not embarrassing, right? It's just life. It's just life. Then I told you not to go on the phone. Those are 2 charges of interference with an officer. I'm going to give you this huge leeway, not because his parents came down here and filming us, and they're going to ask for this video as well. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you can control your anger, and that he's safe. He's going to go away for the rest of the day, so that, because we can't legally leave him here, and then you kill him. Because I don't believe you're going to do that. That's also why you're not being arrested, because it doesn't have to be in our presence. We have video from across the street on that house of you chasing him with the little rake because you're mad, and him running. He's just running because he doesn't want you to hurt him so that you will get in trouble. That's not why I'm telling you he's a good guy. I'm telling you he's a good guy because he stopped doing all the stupid shit that he was doing before, and he's like, I need to start a relationship with a good girl. So he's picking you. If he's cheating on you, he might be smart enough to not let you know that, first of all, right? Boys are not going to let you know. And I know you can be jealous about it, and I know you were hurt by Isaiah a bunch and all that kind of stuff. But this is a different man. He's got these parents that are overprotective. He's 28 years old. He's a 28-year-old man. He could be in the military for 10 years, and his parents are walking down here. Well, it's because you called them, but my parents wouldn't come if something was like that. Nobody else's parents come to anything except Hara Medina comes to everybody's call, and they're out there filming and filming and filming. Which is fine. I don't know what their goal is. But I asked Mr. Medina here if he thinks I should not be a cop here in this town either. And he said, no, he thinks I'm doing a good job and I'm arresting people. That's my job. The difference of being a good cop and a better cop is having restraint and not arresting you. You should have been put in handcuffs. The second you pulled away from me during an investigation of a crime and you pulled away from me, you should have been put in handcuffs. He was put in handcuffs because he kept pulling away from me, and I told him to stay there, and he kept moving. To me, it was a crime. It sounds like I'm lecturing to you, but I just want you to know all the elements of the crime. We're going to write a report, and then we're going to capture the video of the lady across the street. Don't be mad at her. She's concerned that someone was getting hurt. You must have been yelling so loud or doing something in such a violent manner that it was different than the normal people chasing people in mountain air trying to hurt them. This happens all the time, right? That's a nice lady. I don't know if you've met her before, but she has cameras on her house. When the drug house across the street from there blew down or burned down, she had video of all that, and that was good, you know. And you lived across the street when they were selling the fuck out of the drugs in town. That's terrible. You had a little kid here, bringing all those strange people from Berlin and Albuquerque over here for that. That's terrible. And your name is Adriana. Adriana, this officer saw that you were in distress because of all of you anger, and then all of a sudden the cops are here anger. I'm not asking you to do anything different, but I'm just telling you that you are not going to be arrested today. We're going to write a report about it, but in reality you should be because of the things that are happening. But then he should be arrested too for resisting invading. I can't come and arrest the victim, and if I'm not arresting the victim, why should I arrest you? Because I know that you won't do this again, right? So tell me, Chris, go outside for a moment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Will you stand over there so he doesn't listen? So tell me about.
Over there. Wait.
Oh, yeah. You understand.
No, I just.
She won't bite you.
We could go that way. You could talk to your parents until you get called back.
I got red my rights and everything. I'm just finishing it up. He's letting it go though, it's okay. He's not right. He's not writing a report or anything.
How old's the dog?
8 months.
Where'd you get it? It's actually cute.
Miguel. Actually, Miguel Antonio. He had a few of them. But I guess over the winter, like 2 of them didn't make it out of the litter over there at the farm, which is sad. Luckily, we got her in just in time.
That one has good coloring. It's a girl, correct?
Yeah, it is.
She likes to talk.
He's talking. I think they're replaying what happened or something.
Got a new roof.
Huh.
Looks nice. Whoever did it did a good job.
I think they got it done like a year ago too.
Really?
Yeah, it's very good. That's good. Very chill in weather. Not sure. I think so. I have charge. Yeah, but no. I should get charged then. I lied though. It's hot as heck today.
I'll agree. He should have just talked to me before you walked into the house when he saw me.
I know. I was gonna turn around and talk to you, but then she said, "Come on, get in here." I got nervous.
That's okay.
I don't know why she got so scared, man.
So he's gonna go with his parents.
Bring my dog in here.
Chris, just talk to him for a second, and we'll stay here until you leave. All right?
Alright.
Look, he found your hat. Give me my dog.
Adriana, is it that one, this one, or that one?
The little one.
This one right here. So I just want to show you, just don't have contact with her and don't have contact with him until he says it's okay. Okay?
Okay.
And then, so for just 24 hours, Adriana, don't text him or do anything like
He don't
that
have a
until
phone
he
right
makes,
now, so we can't talk
yeah,
to each other.
until he makes the next thing. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
24 hours?
Yeah, it's just just a time that you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not illegal. Let's go talk to that lady. Let's leave our cars where they're at. Let's turn our cameras off as we walk across the street.